Okay, today is the 13th day of Tammuz. Yesterday was the day that the previous Rebbe in 1927 received news that he was going to be freed from exile. He was supposed to be there for 3 years, but he got the news, but he didn't actually get freed because it was some sort of a holiday and they couldn't give him his papers. So the next day they gave him his papers. So the imprisonment began at 2:15 in the morning on the 15th day of Sivan. But 1 month after Passover began. He remained in exile in the time of Kostroma until 1/2 an hour past midday Wednesday on the 13th of Tammuz. This is a letter from the Rebbe about this holiday. This is today. I'm sending you a mimer, Hasidic discourse. This is my participation with all of my beloved friends and pupils, the Hasidim, wherever they are. This is sending you this mimer. This is my way of being united with you in your Farbringen and your Hasidic get-togethers with the purpose of strengthening the practices of Chassidut, fixing and observing periods of studying Chassidut. And this has to be brought into action. May our God and the God of our fathers bless the whole community of Hasidim, them and their households, their children, their grandchildren, among all the Jewish people, with all good things of spiritual and physical. Nefesh ad basar. That's the letter that he sent to all those participating in the Farbringens, in the Hasidic celebrations of this amazing day that he got freed from. I mean, everyone thought that no one came out of jail alive over there. And he not only came out alive, but he was, few people came out of exile. So when he came out of jail, so they realized that a lot of the danger was removed. And let me change what I said. Very few people, 2% came out of jail alive. And from exile came, let's say 10% came out of exile. So it didn't, when the Rebbe got out of this exile, this place where he was, so it was tremendous happiness by the Hasidim. I mean, also considering that the Rebbe, even if they didn't do anything to him, just the fact it was cold, they didn't have what to eat, right? And they beat him and they tortured him. And nevertheless, the Rebbe got out strong as ever. But Tzemach Tzedek notes in one of his discourses that in Parshat Balak, he said, to understand what says by the astronomers that since the earth is round, like an apple, why don't the people that live on the bottom side fall off? It says the answer is gravity, whatever. It says the answer is not a true one. Right? It was the answer, as far as I know, of Newton, that he said all mass has an attractive power to it. And therefore, people, they have a mass, so they attract everything around them. And the earth is even bigger, so it attracts whatever around it, which is a pretty good answer. I mean, it came out, they shoot rockets based on that. But he says, nevertheless, in its essence, it's not a true answer. What is the answer? Why don't people fall off the bottom part of the earth? So the answer is an explanation of the Eitz Chaim, that there are the 9 spheres, in other words, the 9 the paths and the orbits of the planets and of the stars. Now, according to Judaism, the earth is in the middle and everything goes around it. So it says the fact that all these things go around the earth, this is nurtured by a spiritual level, which is called igulim. And in a circle, there's no up or down. For this reason, the people who live opposite us, let's say in China, wherever, so the heavens are above them. They feel that they're on the top, because the fact is that there is no top or any bottom. There is no top and the bottom, but wherever you are, you feel that you are on the top. So that, because all of the stars, the reason that they go around is because it comes from this aspect of God, which is called igulim, which is before the creation in a way. And therefore, before the creation, there's no up and there's no down, there's no right and there's no left. So therefore, because they at least take part of this aspect of it, so therefore, that's what causes the power of gravity. So Newton and those others, they just derived how it works, but not what its source is, right? And how it works, they call gravity. But the fact of the matter is that no one knows what gravity is. No one has seen gravity. It's just a principle that you can use it to explain the world very, very well. It's very interesting. I mean, also interesting that if you say that the earth is in the center and everything goes around the world, the earth, things work out. They work out. It's just more difficult to make the calculations. The things work out. The Jews reckoned where the sun is going to be, where the moon is going to be, from the time the Torah was given, the time they left Egypt, 3,300 years ago. They've been using all their astronomical calculations are based on the idea that the earth is in the middle, and they work out. They work out. It's just more difficult. So it's the same thing over here. What he's saying is that the principles that by which God created the world, one of those principles is what's called circles, igulim. And according to that, there's no up and there's no down. And therefore, people that live on one side of the world feel that they're on the top. The people that live on the opposite side of the world, they also feel that they're on the top. Good. Now, story. Story, 1 minute.